Welcome, my friends! In this video, we will discuss degrees, minutes, and seconds as they relate to the measurement of an angle. If we are measuring the degrees for an angle, sometimes the measurement might not be an exact degree. For example, maybe you have 49.193 degrees. There is a different way to express partial degrees rather than using decimals, which relates to minutes and seconds. We typically think of minutes and seconds as units of time, but here, minutes and second units relate to the measurement of an angle. More specifically, 1 minute, written as 1 with a little prime symbol like this, kind of like feet, is equal to 1/60th of a degree. In other words, there are 60 minutes in a degree, kind of like there are 60 minutes in an hour. Recall that one entire revolution is 360 degrees. So 1 degree is already pretty small. 1/60th of a degree is what we call a minute, which is a measurement much smaller than 1 degree. Now, we can measure even more precisely if we talk about seconds. Seconds are represented by 2 primes, and 1 second is equal to 1/3600th of a degree. Where does the 1 out of 3600 come from? Well, as I already mentioned, there are 60 minutes in a degree. And just like with time, there are 60 seconds in a minute. We can do a little bit of a conversion with this information to find out how many seconds are in a degree. There are 60 minutes in a degree, which can be written as 60 minutes over 1 degree. There are 60 seconds in a minute, which we can write as 60 seconds over 1 minute. If we multiply these two ratios together, the minutes will cancel, and we will have 60 times 60 seconds over 1 degree, which simplifies to 3,600 seconds per 1 degree. Therefore, the original formula holds. There are 3,600 seconds in 1 degree, or, as we initially wrote it, each second is 1/3600th of a degree. Let's look at an example converting from degrees, minutes, and seconds to decimal degrees. Let's say we have something like this: 87 degrees, 19 minutes, and 48 seconds. And we would like to know what this is in degrees written out in decimal form. We can split this up into 3 parts. We have the degrees, which are 87. We don't have to do any conversion on that number. As for the 19 minutes, remember that each minute is 1/60th of a degree. But we don't have a single minute, we have 19 minutes. So we don't have 1/60th of a degree, we have 19/60ths of a degree. So that is what we must add. As for the seconds, remember that each second is 1/3600th of a degree. But we don't have 1 second, we have 48 seconds. So we must add 48 over 3,600. If you type all of this into your calculator, you will get 87.33 degrees. So 87 degrees, 19 minutes, and 48 seconds, and 87.33 degrees are both referring to the exact same angle, just in slightly different ways. Let's try one more problem converting from degrees, minutes, and seconds to decimal degrees, and then we will try a few problems going backwards. Say we have 2 degrees, 31 minutes, and 14 seconds, and we would like to convert to just degrees. This is 2 degrees plus about another half a degree, specifically 31/60ths of a degree, since each minute is 1/60th of a degree and we have 31 minutes. We also have 14 seconds. So that is an additional 14 3,600ths of a degree. Add everything together, and you should get 2.521 if we round to the nearest thousandth. You should check your answer and make sure that the number before the decimal place is not larger than 2. Since the minutes and the seconds are only adding some fraction of a degree, our final answer should be 2-point-something degrees, which it is. Let's try going backwards. Say we have 49.705 degrees, and we would like to convert to degrees, minutes, and seconds. I think this conversion is slightly more tricky than the other way around, and there are a few different ways to think about the process. The way I like to think about it is that we have 49 degrees plus 0.705 degrees, or 49 plus 70.5% of a degree. We have 49 degrees, and are 70.5% of the way to having another whole degree. But we already know that 1 degree is 60 minutes. That means in total we have 49 degrees plus 0.705 times 60 minutes. All I've done is replace the 70.5% of 1 degree with 70.5% of 60 minutes, or 0.705 times 60 minutes. If we multiply this out, we get 42.3. 42.3 is 70.5% of 60 minutes. Altogether, we have 49 degrees and 42.3 minutes. But since we did not get a whole number of minutes, we may want to be even more precise and convert our partial minute into seconds. We have 42.3 minutes, which is 42 minutes, and then we are 30% of the way to having another whole minute. But we know that 1 minute is 60 seconds. If we have 30% of a whole minute, and 60 seconds is a whole minute, then 0.3 times 60, which is equal to 18, is the number of seconds that we have. 18 seconds is 30% of 1 minute. Altogether, we have 49 degrees, 42 minutes, and 18 seconds. So 49.705 degrees is the same thing as 49 degrees, 42 minutes, and 18 seconds. Let's try one more problem. Say that we would like to convert 7.899 degrees into degree, minute, second form. We have 7 degrees, and we are 89.9% of the way to having the 8th degree. If 1 degree is 60 minutes, we must have 89.9% of 60 minutes, which is 0.899 times 60, or 53.94 minutes. 53.94 minutes is 89.9% of 60 minutes, or 89.9% of a whole degree. Now we need to deal with the partial minutes. 53.94 means we have 53 minutes, and we are 94% of the way of having a 54th minute. But each minute contains 60 seconds, so we must be 94% of the way into 60 seconds, which is 0.94 times 60, or 56.4. 56.4 seconds is 94% of the way to 60 minutes. Now, in this example, it looks like we still have a decimal even after we have converted into seconds. Typically, you will round to the nearest second rather than writing out the decimal. So we could say that 7.899 degrees is approximately the same as 7 degrees, 53 minutes, and 56 seconds. If you were to convert this back to degrees, you would get 7.898 degrees, repeating, which is pretty darn close to 7.899. Alright, my friends, that wraps up this video relating to degrees, minutes, and seconds.